So I just posted some still pictures on Pinside of the new gas meter, but today they dug up the back alley and put a new gas meter in there for us. So at some point they will have another pipe going up over the ceiling back to the utility room. And now that the gas meter is moved, our concrete guy can get to work. Here's John's new organizational container rack that he picked up and assembled this morning. Anyway, things are coming together. The games are pushed in order a little bit more. We've got 3 EMs lined up back there. I can't remember what I've covered last time, what I haven't covered this time. I did bring my Team 1 down, got that set up. It's playing really well, but it still needs to be shopped out, so I'll pick away at that maybe later this fall. I did get my acoustic panels done on this side of the wall. The echoing has gone down quite a bit. We have the EM flyers there. I'm working on more panels and more flyers for the other wall. I'm going to slow down a little bit so I can get those holes patched up that were in place from the previous owners. And I'm picking up some Philips Hue lights just to play with some background lighting behind the games, since the fluorescents will obviously be turned off for the most part, because when those are on it gets quite bright in here and reflections are not as fun when you're playing pinball. Got my Vulcan set up today too. I'm going to put LEDs in the feature lights. I put LEDs in there, but I want to put some Yopsicles in there, and they're sitting right down there. Space room, what do we have going on in there? Embryon is, or not Embryon, Future Spa is set up and playing. I haven't even played it yet, but I'm told it's playing. I've got my Surf Champ in there. That's been kind of a gremlin. Every time I fix something, something else pops up, so I'm going to set it up in my office and work on it, and when it doesn't break every time I fix something, it'll be ready to go as far as I'm concerned. Not much more going on in there. I have to bring more things to hang up. What else? Solar Fire set up. I'm excited for that. 8-Ball Deluxe is playable. Demo Man, we're missing a trigger. I think somebody in Wisconsin's 3D printing one for us, so thank you for that. Indiana Jones will be leaving for a much better one that John has in his basement, I think. I don't know if it's home use only or not, but brought my CPU board down from High Speed. We're going to get a playfield swap going on that. Nothing really changing up front here. I have a few more newer Sterns at home that'll be brought over soon. That'll be done towards the end and not a big deal. But this will be probably the old classic Bally lineup. Like 8-Ball Deluxe will come here. Those 3 will probably stay. These 2 will probably be moved elsewhere in the room, probably further in the back. What else is new? Flash has been here for a little while. Pharaoh was set up recently. I've also been working on the Wi-Fi switches. I have a little gang of 4 right here that's kind of portable, so if you push on each of these, it turns a certain segment of games on. My first switch is just going to be for John's test fixture, since he still does repairs and stuff like that. We'll have like one System 11, one of the older Bally's, like a WPC game, probably a couple Gottliebs turn on, so only a core number of games will be turned on by this switch, and then the other 3 will stagger out for the rest of the games in the building, so we don't have too much inrush current coming in. We'll have some dummy power strips under there that are plugged by a smart switch, and I also have some power strips that have each of the 6 individually controlled with that type of logic, but those are a little bit more expensive, so I don't have as many of those. But here's some more of the games that were in my basement. Those will probably just hang out for a couple more months. The other issue that we have is when we do the new roof later this fall, a lot of those nails are going to come out of the ceiling, so it's going to get super dusty in here. We'll have to probably cover everything with tarp or like thin plastic. So we don't want to get too carried away in here. Don't want to finalize anything too much. Those other smaller rooms, they have drop ceilings in them, so I don't have to worry about dust. So that's all I have for now. October's around the corner. We'll talk to you soon.